I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know.
Oh
Oh
no.
well, it's a bad intro, but who cares? We're on, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. The cast of 42 is with you once more to talk about the failings of the late great human race. And to my left, or to the left of my screen anyway, is my good friend Ryan. Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm old. I think I'm no longer officially allowed to be trusted or something like that. Yeah, my birthday was yesterday. Just turned 30.
Well,
So
congratulations. You can no longer say you were young and stupid. See, the way I saw it is I could just not use my age as an excuse anymore. Now you're just stupid.
right. It's no longer young. Now it's just dumb. That's fine with me.
And for all out there in podcast land, I do have to apologize. I have a serious head cold, so maybe this will be my Michael Jordan stomach flu game podcast where I score 47 points against Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1993 playoffs.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully that's how it goes.
So there's this thing in sports where someone will be super sick, right? But they're like the best player on the team. Like Michael, like the big one is Michael Jordan.
Or the Wayne
And
Gretzky or whatever.
right, but there was a very famous game where he was throwing up 5 minutes before tip off,
Right.
sucks down some Gatorade, scores almost 50 points.
Yeah, with like 101 fever or something.
Yeah. So maybe this would be that. I'm not that bad off. If I was that bad off, I'd be like, screw you guys. I'm going home.
I'm going to bed.
But yes, I am a bit sick, and so that's why I have this super sexy low down voice today. It's very nice.
It's very sexy. So, you been sick all week?
It started Monday, Tuesday, and hit full force for the weekend, which of course is the weekend I'm going down to Columbus for the Major League Gaming Join Dota finals.
How was that?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
I think the finals are actually still going on right now. They've been playing all day.
No shit.
Yeah, because the Friday and Saturday were the round robin part of the tournament, and then today is the brackets.
Okay.
And last time I saw, Evil Geniuses was up 1-0 on Empire. Evil Geniuses is the American team, and a lot of people have them favored to win TI5, which is the big one. Like it's the Super Bowl for Dota.
Right.
But it was really cool. I mean, in some respects, it's not any better than watching on your TV because you're watching the feed of whatever they're broadcasting on the internet, right? But you're doing it with a lot of other people, and for the most part, a lot of other knowledgeable people. So you
Okay.
start, like when someone's smoking up for a gank or someone just does a perfect blink with the,
Right.
fissure from Earthshaker. Like I watched PPD. He was playing this Earthshaker today that was just unreal. And so you can just you hear it building, and then they come in, and it's a 3-person gank, and then the crowd goes wild. It's really cool. It really does feel like being at a football game or something, especially when people know what's going on and can understand what's going on, and seeing the
Right.
plays get set up and all
Yeah,
that
being
stuff.
part of that kind of community feeling.
Right. And there's a Dota podcast I listen to called We Like Dota. And
Okay.
they are in Cleveland, so they came down yesterday, and we did a meetup and got to hang out with those guys and talk Dota and play video games and just chill out for a couple hours. It was a lot of fun. Super cool guys. If you are into Dota at all, I highly suggest checking out their podcast. It's worth the time and the effort.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was my weekend. Yesterday was awesome. It was perfect weather in Columbus, Ohio. Like 69 degrees, perfectly sunny, no wind. So
Right.
me and my wife, we end up at the World of Beer, which is a really nice beer bar chain.
Mm-hmm.
And we're there for probably 4 hours. I have all the windows open, the doors open. In 4 hours, I drank 3 beers. So I'm taking it just nice and slow, enjoying,
Just kinda
watching the
sipping.
TV, watching the Masters. It's great.
Oh yeah, the Masters.
Yep.
That kid, that Jordan kid.
Jordan Spieth from Dallas, Texas.
Holy shit.
First person in the history of the tournament to ever hit 19 under. Ever.
And he's the first one who went, or not the first, but it's been a long time since somebody led it and then won it.
Right. He went wire to wire
Right.
led all 4 rounds, which is unheard of in any golf
Okay.
tournament, much less the Masters. Last person to do that was 40 years ago,
Right. Right.
and he's
Right.
the
Right.
second youngest to win it, the lowest score to ever win it. It's phenomenal. I've
The new
watched.
Tiger, huh?
He could be. I mean,
Because wasn't he like in the running last week too? Like at the Houston Open or whatever it was.
I don't know if he was or not. I really didn't follow that tournament too
Yeah, I think he
much.
was in third place going into the last like 4 holes.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Hmm.
But I mean, Rory McIlroy is also a beast. These guys are just. If you're into golf at all, the next 10 years of golf are just going to be
Yeah.
phenomenal. There's
Right.
so many good young. It's really the Tiger effect. Like
Yes.
the
Yes, it
kids who
is.
were 5, 6, 7 years old watching Tiger win at Augusta 19 years ago for the
Wanted to. Yeah.
wanted to be Tiger, and
And
now
now they are.
they are in some
Hmm.
respects, in a lot of respects, they're better than Tiger.
Well, they've had the better technology and better training because they
Better
had the dads that wanted to be Tiger, and there was a lot more coaching, and the economics behind the whole system. Just
Oh yeah,
yeah,
when I first started watching golf, which was about when Tiger was coming out,
sure,
to keep your to keep your tour card, you have to be in the top 150 on the money or better to keep your tour card year over year. When I first started watching golf, to keep the cut line for that money was about $300,000 a year. You had to make
okay,
$300,000 a year on tour to keep your card. Now it's 1.5 million.
damn,
So you can make 1.4 million, and the PGA Tour said, "No, you're not good enough. Peace out, hombre."
that's incredible.
Yeah, the economics of golf has just gone insane.
That's also the Tiger effect.
Oh yeah, it's one of yeah. He's love or hate the guy. He has made golf.
Speaking of which, he didn't do very well this week.
He did okay. I don't know. I didn't see
Yeah,
how he finished today, but he was at one point he was -5, -6,
right.
which when someone isn't running away with the entire thing like Spieth was, it's a pretty good score.
That's true.
Normally going into Sunday at -5, you're right in the hunt to win, but not when someone's -17, which is a bummer. I'll tell you, it's a bummer that this happened. I'm super happy for Jordan. I think he's a good kid. But Master Sunday is one of those special days for me.
Right,
Like I
right.
get the couch perfect, I get the beer, which no
Get the
beer day
beer.
because of the sick, but
Right.
whatever.
Get a few
You
little
know,
snacks if you're not sick.
right? And
Hmm.
that's all. That's all I'm gonna do all day is watch the. Like we came home early from Columbus, so we could watch the Masters, and it's become a big deal for me and my wife. And it was just so boring. I just couldn't watch it because it was no one would make a run, and Spieth played out of his mind today. Like he
Out of
played
his
really
fucking
well.
mind. Yeah.
Like every time he would screw up, like you put one in the trees, right? And then he would pitch out. And the
Yep.
next thing you know, he's 3 inches from the pin.
Yep.
And
Up
it's
and
like,
down and out.
so I watched a lot of Dota today, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good times. And I got a new book while in Columbus of Dice and Men. It's all about the start of Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. Cool.
But what's really cool is I don't know if you know this, but the person who has the very first quote in the front cover is none other than Vin Diesel. He's a
Wow.
huge D&D fan.
I did know that.
Yeah, he loves it. That's why he always does like Groot and the Iron Giant and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to smash your head, but it's all backwards. I couldn't do it.
Sorry, you're going to have to bear with us all out there in podcast land. We are going to, especially me, I'm going to be a little slow, but so
Yeah, no worries. This has been entertaining.
oh yeah, just get me on the right topic and it's going to get crazy because I've got a ton of Robitussin in me. I can barely breathe, so my brain's not getting all the oxygen it needs. So I'm just a little loopy. So we're ready to go. So Ryan, what do you recommend for us today?
Okay, this one's like an entertainment recommend.
Okay.
But there's a movie called The Royal Tenenbaums,
Oh.
and it has too many famous people to name. And I don't know who directed it, but it is probably one of the best movies.
It's so sad though.
How's it sad?
Oh, it's so sad.
I thought it
It's
was happy. It has such a happy ending and the redemption and the it's such a
yeah.
great, and every scene, like every single frame of that fucking movie is a piece of art. It's all just a little bizarre. It's shot in New York, but in such a way that you can't tell. It's the gypsy cabs and the weird how each kind of scene leads to another scene by like some connection. Like if he's writing a letter, in the next scene you'll see that letter. I don't know. It just
Right, and I mean, I'm not saying it's not a great
it's just a
film.
piece of art.
It just made me
Yeah,
sad. So here's the cast: Gene Hackman, Angelica Houston, Ben Stiller, Gwyneth Paltrow, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, Danny Glover, and so on and so forth.
just on and on. It's a great fucking movie,
Oh, it's Wes Anderson.
and it's shot in such an awesome way. Like it's such a beautiful film. So that's it. That's what I'm going to recommend. That's just something that you can sit down if you've got the time to watch it through and just, you know, really enjoy it as like a piece
The
of art.
the guy who directed this is Wes Anderson. He did the Grand Budapest Hotel, Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Yes.
the Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, which I also really
They're
enjoyed.
all exactly the same style, yeah.
Yeah, very stylized. Yeah,
Great music.
it's oh
Hmm.
yeah, fantastic music. I don't know.
It's
I
like
just
a
found it
British Quentin
sad.
Tarantino.
That's one
You
way
know
to
what I
put
mean?
it.
Yeah. It's like if Quentin Tarantino was really refined and smooth and all the edges were worn off and clean.
And he didn't kill people every
Right,
20
right, right.
seconds.
Yeah. Because the soundtracks are always great and so like on point. And like they'll use motion, like there's a scene where one of the guys is waiting at the bus stop and he just got there, so he's got all his luggage and everybody else has got their luggage, and it has the person that he cares for gets off the bus, or how I don't remember how it works, but either way you see her and then like everything kind of slows down and the wind kind of blows her hair out, and like the people walking behind him is like five or six guys in the same uniform, you know, like military guys, and they're carrying luggage, and it just goes real stylized with the music and it goes back and forth. It's just a great film. So yeah, that's what I recommend.
Nice. Yes, that's a fantastic recommendation. It's an older one at this point, about 14, 15 years, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
But that
Great
was
film.
when Bill Murray was doing his really like weird high concept movies, which are awesome,
Hmm.
but really weird and really high concept. Like the Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is the same way.
Yes. Yeah, this one's not quite as difficult to watch.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah, this is more enjoyable of a story kind of. It's not as weird. It's just a slightly bizarre. It's almost like if okay, so the movie in itself holds together very well. There's nothing in the film that takes you out of it where you're like, "Oh, this is weird." But it is almost like a dream where it's just a little off. It's not like tangible. It's just a little off, and that's what's. I highly recommend. I really enjoy it. Great film, one of my favorites. But speaking of great films,
Yep.
I found the list, an interesting list of somebody that took the IMDb ratings,
Uh huh.
Rotten Tomatoes, and Metacritic. Right, so it took all of those lists and then averaged them all out to
Okay.
give you like the one ultimate list. It's 250, you know, put it in the show notes. But I thought we could go maybe the top 20, and I think we're both going to be really surprised.
Let's try top 10.
Okay. We'll start at top 10 then. The only reason I said top 20 is because this is the reason you'll be surprised. So 10, Boyhood. I
Okay.
have no idea. Do you know what it is?
It's a new one. It was up for Academy Award this year.
Okay. Rear Window.
Oh, classic Hitchcock.
Oh, okay. It's a good film.
Hitchcock, Jimmy Stewart. Okay, you know the trope of the person watching through the window and a crime takes place.
Okay.
That's
No.
This is the movie. Like, or if you
Okay.
ever see, yeah, that's what it is. But that it's him. He's got a broken leg and he's got a telescope and he's looking around and he sees a crime take place
Oh,
and he can't
okay.
convince anyone that he actually saw it.
Saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a Hitchcock film. I bet it is epic. I
Oh,
bet that
it's
is great.
fantastic. It's one of the great Hitchcocks.
Okay, so we're on point so far. If that's a good Hitchcock film,
Mhm.
8 Metropolis.
Oh, Metropolitan, yeah,
No, Metropolis. Here, let me
Metropolitan.
link. Here, let me send you the link.
Oh, but it's more fun to guess. No, don't send me a link yet.
Okay,
So
Metropolis.
we'll get to the top five, and I'll see if I can't get a couple of top
Okay,
five.
Metropolis.
Uh-huh.
Number 7, Wizard of Oz.
It's a great film. It's a great film.
It's a
It's
great film.
it's a
Starting
great.
at 10, that was a 93. This is the numbers that have been averaged out. 9 was 93. So 10 and 9 were 93. Metropolis is 93.3. 7 is 93.3 with Wizard of Oz. Did you like that movie?
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
it's
I didn't like that movie. It was scary as a kid. And now as an
oh
adult, I think it's kind of
Metropolis. That's what you're trying to say. Metropolis. Yeah, that's a classic. The
Metropolis.
1927
Metropolis.
Metropolis. Yeah,
Or Metropolis. What
yeah,
was I
like
saying? I'm an idiot. Don't worry about it.
yeah. No, Metropolis. It's a classic 1927 dystopian film. Just absolute classic. Yeah.
Okay. Number 6 is Doctor Strangelove.
How I quit fearing and learned to love the bomb. Yep.
What is that one about?
Doctor Strangelove.
I haven't
God, is
seen it.
that
Have you
Mel
seen it?
Brooks? Yes, I have.
You're on point, dude. This is amazing.
Oh, it's Stanley Kubrick. It's all about the Cold War, and
Stanley Kubrick.
which I'm not a big fan of his films for the most part. I'm just not. And I know a lot of people get pissy about it, but 2001 sucks. Just take that, internet. 2001 is fucking horrible.
Oh, this is a shame. My son is freaking out. I gotta go take care of him. I got a little kid that I have to go take care of.
Uh,
Just play him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
we'll get right back to it. And now, from the people who are very gracious to let us use their music in our podcast, I Fight Dragons: The Power of Love.
Our love is a curious thing. Make a one man weep, make another man sing. Changing a heart to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. Tougher than diamonds, rich like cream. Stronger and harder than a bad girl's dream. Make a bad one good, make a wrong one right. Power of love will keep you home at night. Don't take money, don't take fame.
Oh,
Don't need no credit card to ride this train.
I can't hear the music. I don't know if it's really gonna play, but yeah. Can I not hear you? Did you mute yourself?
Balls. Yeah, I did. I thought I had already clicked the button back.
Oh. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. My son was just freaking out and nobody to take care of him, I guess. So
Oh.
anyway, so we're at top 5, right?
All right, so top five.
You want to guess?
And this is top five reviewed. Is how it works. It's Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, so it's reviews. And Metacritic,
IMDb.
right? And Metacritic is actually using Metacritic is kind of weird because Metacritic is supposed to kind of do what all this does anyway. Top five.
Dave is freaking out.
Top five.
No cheating.
North by Northwest?
North by Northwest. Not even in the 20. Top 20.
Psycho.
Yep. Pow one shot Psycho. Not even top 20.
Wow, man, they're just hating on Hitchcock. I thought
So,
for
what
sure
is that?
there'd be a Hitchcock top 5.
That's two strikes?
E.T.
Also, not in the top 20.
Wow. Okay. All right. Give me number
Yeah,
5.
this is why I thought you would be surprised. Is like there's a lot of films that didn't make it.
Okay, but so far I've been happy with what they put out there. I haven't had
Okay.
too much. All right. So what's number 5?
Modern Times.
Modern Times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that one.
Let's see. I'll show it real quick. It's a Charlie Chaplin.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
A tramp struggles to live a modern industrial society with the help of a
Uh-huh.
young homeless woman.
Yeah, it's the one with the clocks, the gears.
It is the one with the clock and the gears.
Yep. Okay.
Good call. Let's see. Any more shots? You want to try some more?
Oh,
You wanna go to the
man.
top 3?
Well, Citizen Kane's got to be in there. Has to be.
Citizen Kane, 17.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Which was beat out by Lord of the Rings: Return of the King at 11.
false.
Spirited Away made it in at 13.
Oh, very nice. All right, come on. Let's just go. Well, I can't guess. I don't know.
Okay. 4 is Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia, classic.
Which is a classic, epic.
Oh, God, Humphrey Bogart. That's Humphrey Bogart, isn't it?
Who? Let's see. No, Peter O'Toole, Alec Guinness, Anthony Quinn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. 3 is 12 Angry Men.
Never seen it.
A dissenting junior is in a murder trial, slowly manages to convince the others in the case that it's not obviously clear as it seems in court. So I guess it could just be some court case kind of classic, which
Yeah,
came in at 3, which is weird.
1957.
Number 2, Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai. Another one I haven't seen.
Interesting. Oh, it's old.
Yeah, this is really
1954.
skewing towards the 50s.
And number 1 is The Godfather.
Yeah, I should have seen that one coming.
I thought it was interesting that Toy Story and Ratatouille came in at 23 and 24.
Wow.
No, Toy Story 3 came in at 23, Ratatouille at 24, Toy Story at 24.5, and Toy Story 2 at 25.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised the top 5 skewed as old as they did, especially
Yeah, me
with
too.
a lot of internet, you know.
Mhm,
Since
5.
whenever I'm like trying to dissect these lists, I'm trying to figure out like all the sources. So I'm like, okay, gotta
You're trying to go all meta on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the internet.
It's like, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to win.
You got to. It's the
Whatever you got to
internet.
do. You want to know something crazy that I found on the internet?
What's that?
This is something, just kind of a discussion topic, but a New York judge said that it's okay for people to serve their divorce papers over Facebook.
Yeah, I don't. There's no way in hell that can stand up.
You don't think so?
No, because you have to be able to. Well, maybe unless Facebook has a confirmed receipt, because that's why all the stuff gets sent over either by direct courier or certified mail. So it's certified receipt of the documents. Because if you never get served the papers, you never have to appear in court.
I think assuming logging in would be served, right? It says that if you've logged in with it as a message. Like if the message goes from red to not read.
Yeah.
I mean, not red to red, that's served.
Right.
That could be a more reliable way of guaranteeing that they open the envelope even.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's got to be iffy. I don't think if that gets appealed, I don't know if that'll stand up. So,
It'll be interesting to
paper
see. Do you think
trails,
it's?
man.
What do you think of it? You think it's okay?
I mean, depending on who you are, yes or no. Depending, how many emails do you get a day?
I don't know.
I get between work and home like 150, 200 emails a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really easy to miss something like that. Granted, I have missed important pieces of mail, but that's why things like divorce papers and court summons are generally handed to the person.
Okay.
So I just think it's problematic, and I think you would have a hard time holding someone who didn't show in court because you can't prove that they saw it, right? Who's to say that someone
Right.
else wasn't in their Facebook and deleted everything,
Okay.
or their new girlfriend saw it and was like, no, screw that bitch, click delete.
That's an option.
You
Right.
know, there's all sorts of ways.
Don't stay with that one, gentlemen.
Yeah, don't say that one. But you
crazy
know what I'm
bitch.
saying? There's all sorts of ways to say that you didn't receive it, even though the system says you did. So I don't know. I think it's very problematic in terms
Seems
of
like a sign of the future, sign of the times. Like things are happening like that. Eventually, you will be.
eventually,
You will
yeah,
be able to be
but
signed.
that's when we're going to have, 3D printers everywhere and it's just going to spit it out from the computer at you.
You have no options automatically. I mean, automatically, yeah. I don't know. I think we're moving towards a future where there's like a second internet, where people log in just to their Facebook, and that's their whole internet experience.
For a lot
A
of people,
lot like
that is.
AOL was back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna get to do their shopping through Facebook. They're gonna do their interaction and all their organization with other people through Facebook. Their social media will all be done through Facebook.
If Amazon ever figures out social media, that'll be the website. It'll be the Amazon portal because they do everything else.
That's true.
What
That'd
I'm-
be crazy.
What
That'd be
I'm really
interesting.
waiting for is my Prime subscription to cover Comixology.
What is that?
Comixology is is the biggest distributor of digital comic books on the internet.
Oh, cool.
Their app is fantastic. You should download it just to check it out. They have a lot of free comic books, and Amazon bought them sometime last year. And, I'm pretty sure it syncs across all your devices and things like that.
Right, of course.
But it's really cool. I don't know. Well, I guess Marvel is on here. I wasn't sure if Marvel had, because I know Marvel has started their own subscription service where it's basically every Marvel comic you could ever want to read for $100 a year.
I have that app. I don't know if I have the one you pay for, but I have the Marvel app. You can read a lot of their comic books for free, I think.
I think a lot of the back catalog is free. I think it's the newest.
It's so badass to read comic books on an iPad because you only can see one page at a time. There's no like when you open that page that you accidentally see to the end where Superman's dead or whatever. It's just like, no, you got to read it one little like column at a time, like one little panel.
one panel
And
at a time.
It's so much fun like that. And it's so much bigger and life size for it. It's yeah.
It's a great medium. It's one of the reasons
Really
I
great medium.
really thought about getting an iPad mini or something in that 7-inch size. I think that to me is the perfect size for reading digitally. Is that i7 7 to 8-inch tablet?
I have the iPad mini.
It's a great size.
I use the bejeebus out of that motherfucker, dude. I use it all the time. I love it. And it's awesome. They're cool as shit. Yeah,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
recommend it. But I'd recommend just getting the Samsung version.
Yeah, the Nexus. I've thought about
Oh,
doing
then-
that.
I want one of those so bad. I also want one of the new big ones. Have you seen that?
Hmm.
It's like 24 inches or whatever it is.
Oh, the tables.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks cool as shit, man. I want one of those.
Microsoft also put out a Surface table. Bill Gates has an 80-inch Microsoft Surface in his house.
Of course he does.
Of course he
I
does.
mean, he has the coolest shit ever, man.
Like, that's just someplace I want to go. I want to see all of his toys.
Yeah, he's a billionaire geek nerd.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you there's at least one trap hidden door in his house somewhere where you pull a book or you flip a light switch or you do something in some weird manner where the whole what would that be? Like the fireplace, like switches, like the mantle,
Yeah.
or the bookcase does it, or
Uh, oh, dang it. I'm blanking as the guy who did Toy Story, the director. Crap, I can't not remember his name. Hold on, let me look it up because it's going to bug me until I know. John Lasseter. John Lasseter.
which is an awesome dude.
Awesome. Awesome dude.
Awesome dude.
I remember seeing something about his house, and he has a hidden passage through a bookcase.
Does he really?
But if I remember right, it's only the bottom half, so you have to crawl through this little tunnel to get out. Oh man, that is one of, like, if I could be one person for a day or forever, I don't know. John Lasseter would be one of them.
Okay.
If you haven't seen the Pixar documentary, what's it called?
I have.
It's fantastic. The
Fantastic.
Pixar Story is what
That's
it's
great.
called. And if you want a really interesting other look at it, it's Creativity Inc.
I haven't seen that one at all.
It's a book. It's very
okay.
good. It's about, so we all know Jobs and Lasseter, but there's the other guy, and I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, who is sort of
Gates?
no, not Gates.
Oh.
He was more the business side, running the actual company of Pixar.
Oh, okay.
Physicist, super smart. He wrote a book about Pixar called
Yeah.
Creativity Inc. That is so good. And so, like, if you really want to kind of figure out how to manage people, Ed Catmull, that's who it is. Very much worth the read. I've read it. Fantastic. Very excited about it. But yeah, I'm really excited about the new Pixar movie. It's one of the first times in a long time where I've seen a trailer for a Pixar movie and gone, yay, something new.
Which one is this?
Inside Out. Oh, you haven't seen the...
No. Refresh my memory.
Okay, it's about the emotions that live in our head.
Right, and like the dad. There's like a bunch of people sitting around a conference table, and they represent the different parts of your personality,
Yep.
and they're all having to come to agreement to what to do, and they're moving the character, like the mech of you, I guess, kind of like a.
Uh-huh.
That looks awesome.
Yes, it does. I am
Yeah, I'll go see
so
that
excited
one
for
with
that
my kids.
one.
Yeah.
And it's one of the first, like I said, it's the first time in a long time where I've seen a Pixar movie and gone, oh, look, something original.
Yeah, well, don't hate. You're such a hater.
Well, that's what defined Pixar. That's what made them great. And I feel like the sequels, especially for like Cars,
Yeah, the money making ones.
are more force fed from the top down. And I think that this movie feels like
A
a
Pixar
Ratatouille
movie.
or an Incredibles or even a Toy Story 2 or 3. I don't
Right.
mind the sequels. I just think the sequels for sequel's sakes are stupid.
I agree completely. Yeah. I didn't like Cars 2. I didn't like Planes.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one at all.
Did you see X-Wing, the April
No.
Fools? Oh, we're watching this right now.
Oh yeah?
It's a parody video.
Did you see that all the Star Wars went on digital? You can
Yeah.
buy it on Google.
They're still not the originals though.
It's the edited ones.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever offer the unedited version of Star Wars?
Probably, because you know what, it's Disney and Disney loves to make money, and they would make
They
a
like
ton of
money.
money. Okay,
So we're starting at 0?
starting at 0.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
From Disney and Pixar, the visionary studios that brought you cars, planes, boats, and
Boats.
trains, comes their
Trains.
next adventure set a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
This is pretty good for an April Fool's.
I know, right?
All wings report in.
Blue 34, standing by.
This is Orange 8. Let's play ball.
This is Bad 16, standing by.
Periwinkle 19, standing by.
Red 11,
Periwinkle 19.
let's do this.
Red 7, standing by.
Blue 24, standing by, baby.
Hazel
Blue
42,
24.
standing by.
Pink 28, ready to party.
Green 33, giddy up.
Red 5 standing by.
Red 2 standing by. Look at
Red
the size
5.
of that thing.
Cut the chatter, Red 2. Lock S-foils in attack position and accelerate to attack speed.
It's an animated adventure for the whole family, with everything you could ever want from a Disney Star Wars movie, including epic space battles, lighthearted comedy,
What's Admiral Akbar's favorite store at the mall? It's a Gap.
forbidden romance,
Aren't you a little short for a TIE fighter?
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
We
We should make out.
They make such a big
catchy
deal
musical
about that.
numbers,
The internet doesn't let up, man. Don't kiss your sister, y'all.
Dad in me, even though I just chopped off your hand and you're light years away from your home sand land. You better just stick to the plan and join the dark side, Luke.
a special appearance by John Ratzenberger,
Welcome to Hoth.
Snow code?
and a happy ending where the good guys save the day.
I have you now.
That's a pretty good Darth Vader.
I know, right?
Look out.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Man, that's a lot of work for just a... I wonder how difficult it is to animate this stuff.
X-Wings.
It's not easy,
It can't
but
be worse than the prequels, right?
it can't be worse than the prequels, right? Once you kind of know what you're doing, it's not as bad from what I understand, but it's still not easy.
Hazel 42. I like it.
Big B Studios. Who are these guys? Huh. Looks like it was their coming out video. It's only got 350,000 YouTube views. No big deal.
No big deal. That's awesome.
Oh, so speaking of YouTube, what do you think about the
Are
paid
you
for?
on a plane or am I?
Oh, it must
I'm
be
on a
you.
plane.
Luckily, I
Anyway.
can't hear it. So YouTube, you can now or will be able to pay for it in the future. Have you seen
Pay for
this? Oh,
No.
there's going to be a subscription YouTube, $10 a month, obviously, because that's what everything costs. No ads, offline viewing, so you can download YouTube videos to your phone or your tablet or your PC.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I don't know what else is involved with it, but you're much more of a YouTube person than me.
I love the idea of being able to download stuff to my iPad and being able to keep it. Because there's almost anything you could possibly ever want on YouTube. And it's a lot more my entertainment style, you know. I don't know. I really enjoy those long form, like watching a full iRace or something, you know, like iRacing. Like watching one of those, you know, digital racing. You know, watching a full race like that or watching like the Dota championships. Because after today, tomorrow, they'll be on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be able to watch all of that. And yeah. I don't know, though. I don't know if it's worth it. $10. $10 is a lot. And it's not a lot by itself. It's just that $10 keeps adding up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It's getting kind of ridiculous.
HBO Go, Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah, the HBO is 15, which
Damn.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's
That's too
pricey.
much.
But, you know, if you want to think about it, you're only gonna, at least for me, I'd have it for 3 months and that's it. And I drop it until the next time Game of Thrones rolls around.
I wonder if they expect that.
Oh, you know they do. But that's why what they'll do is they'll figure out their big shows and then they'll tier their release schedules.
Right.
So if you think, so every 10 weeks a new big show is starting. At least that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they should.
It'll start right before the last one ends.
Right. So
people will try to get hooked on it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the internet's gonna freak out tonight or tomorrow because the new Game of Thrones is on or was on.
That's probably why we're lagging. Everybody's trying to torrent it.
Yeah, actually, Pirate Bay is down right now, which is weird.
How would you know, Jake?
Because I use Pirate Bay on a regular basis.
You really?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Depends on what you're downloading.
Oh. So no.
Well, ish.
Ish? Okay, I'm okay with ish.
Like I've said before, if it was on broadcast television, I have no problem torrenting it. If it was...
What if it doesn't come with the commercials?
You know what? I'm fine with that too. If they, if CBS were to run a torrent where I could download it with commercials into it, I would do it. I would do it tomorrow, especially if it was crystal clear HD, because sometimes those torrents can be really iffy.
That's the answer, man.
I know, right? I read some, some of these shows get torrented millions of times.
Right. That's a lot of revenue.
The Walking Dead was downloaded 4.8 million times. Big Bang Theory. This was just for a day. This is one download. Like one episode. 3.9 million for Big Bang Theory.
How do they know how many downloaded they got?
There's a way to track it through the torrents.
Hmm.
Like how many times it's been pulled.
Interesting.
Or how many times the torrent itself has been downloaded, which may or may not. Okay, here you can play the guessing game. Here are the top 10 pirated shows of last year, ranked by number.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is number 1, 48.369 million.
Okay, was Breaking Bad last year?
No, Breaking Bad had ended.
It already ended. Okay, so that's not a guess. Is it something like The Voice?
No.
Or like one of those game show, like one of those Apprentice? Okay.
No, these are all scripted shows.
Really?
Yes.
All 10?
All 10.
Well, The Big Bang Theory.
Number 3, 33.431 million.
Like a CSI?
No.
Really? Interesting. Well, give me 10. What is number 10?
The Blacklist.
Never even heard of it.
I've heard of it. It's Kevin Spader.
Okay.
Suits, which I don't know.
What about like House of Cards?
House of Cards is not on here. But House of Cards is easy to get to.
That's right. That's true.
It's on Netflix. Number 8, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., 16.3 million.
What about like The Boardwalk or whatever that HBO show is?
I think that already ended because I think that's already ended. Boardwalk Empire, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 7 of the 10 are broadcast television.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know then.
How I Met Your Mother at number 7.
No shit. I thought that was already done.
It ended last year. And this is for 2014.
Oh, well, that would make sense, right? Mm-hmm.
Supernatural, number 6. Which
really? People like that?
I guess so. It's
The Walking Dead?
Walking Dead's number 2. 47.6. It's a close second. Vampire Diaries is number 5. Arrow is number 4.
Arrow? People like that show?
I like Arrow. It's just so sad. Like nothing good ever happens. Like,
I know.
We tried to watch it. We got
we really
we got well into the second season, and it just we would sit there and go, "You ready to watch?" We would let it stack up too, which is probably one of the bad things. We'd let it stack up and like, oh, "You ready to watch Arrow? Ready to get caught up?" Let me grab a beer. Do we need some shots? It was seriously one of those things like you had to like gear up and get ready to watch Arrow because it's so damn depressing. Nothing good ever happens. Poor Ollie just gets a shit kick out of him every episode.
That's why I couldn't watch Sons of Anarchy. I was like, how shitty are these lives? Like, everybody's getting burned to death and stabbed and eaten by dogs and kicked off motorcycles and shot in the belly. And it's like, I can't watch this anymore. I just gave up. I just quit.
I used to be really big into Sons of Anarchy. I have the last season. I just haven't watched it yet.
When they burned that chick alive, I was like, I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out. Can't do it. It just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, there was a time where I was watching all the worst depressing shows. Breaking Bad, Dexter, Mad Men, Sons of Anarchy, all at the same time.
Mad Men.
Not like, not in the same year or the same week. I'm saying like back to back to back to back episodes.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I had to quit. I had to stop.
I had to watch some, what was that Japanese game show? Most Extreme Challenge or whatever it was.
Most Extreme Challenge, yes. That was fantastic.
Awesome. Eye bleach for your soul, man. That's funny.
And it's like, I really do enjoy the new wave of television. The last 10 years of show, it's been fantastic. But Jesus Christ, tell a joke. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay, that's true.
Remember mid-2000s when every movie was using the shaky cam?
Yes.
It's like, just use a fucking tripod, dude. Come on, it's not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I was tired of it. That was, what was that, Michael Bay's influence? Or actually, it probably stemmed from, like, Gladiator. That was the first time where they kind of had that shaky, blurry...
Well, the reason they
tried to be artsy.
The reason you use shaky cam is it doesn't let people get a good eye on bad special effects. So you can make the shot seem a whole lot bigger and more grand for a lot cheaper.
Fucking miserable.
I know. Shit. I know. But like I have a hard time. Like so many of the shows I'm trying to watch now are funny. Like I don't want to watch anything important. I don't want to watch anything meaningful. I just want something that's going to make me laugh. I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No.
Oh, it's on Fox. Is
it good?
Yes. Oh God, what's his name? Sorry, I gotta look this up. It's from. Oh come on, just show me his name. Nope, that's the wrong link. It's Adam. I think it's Adam.
What's it about?
It's about this precinct in Brooklyn, the 9-9, and it's all about Andy Samberg. He stars it. He does a lot with it, and it's hilarious. And it's this perfect mix of dry and sarcastic and over the top humor. It's this perfect melding of all of it because the captain is I can't remember his name, but he's from the sort of a very drama centric career.
Okay.
And so he's just playing everything perfectly deadpan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that kind
a guy like Andy Samberg who's just all over the place. It just works. It just works.
What else have you been watching?
Oh, what else have I been watching? Let's see.
I've been watching Death Note.
Oh yeah?
The anime? That's one of the greatest fucking shows ever, man. That show's so intense. But it's the basic premise is like the gods of death have their notebooks, which they write down a name and a date, and that's when people die. And you're supposed to die at a certain time, like you're predestined. But if they write your name and date before that time, when you die, they get your life force. So if they kill you like 3 years before you're supposed to die, they get 3 years added to their life. And they've been doing it since the beginning of time, so they're essentially immortal by now, right? So they don't really have much to do. So one of them gets bored and he throws his death note down to the ground, and he lets a mortal pick it up. And it happens to be like this hyper smart, 18-year-old kid, and he goes on to start killing criminals by writing their names down in the death note because now he can, instead of the god of death, and the god of death's following him. Oh my god! And it's the show is between the bad guy that's trying to kill everybody, the kid who picks up the death note, and the investigational team. But there's pretty much just one guy on the investigation, one detective that's good enough to beat this kid who's, really smart. Fucking awesome show, dude. Highly, highly recommended. It's on Netflix. Highly recommended. At least watch the first episode if you get a chance, man.
All right, I will. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, man. Yeah. We haven't been doing too much. Like I told you, we were watching Gilmore Girls, and they did something in the plot. Don't shake your head. It's good, but they did something in the plot that was just so stupid and so lazy, and I just said, nope, I'm done. I'm done. Screw you. I put in 6 seasons. Fuck off. I'm done. I was so angry because it was so good until that one point. It was really, really good, and now I'm just like, nope. Time to find something new.
You ever watch Once Upon a Time?
I did for like a season and a half.
Yeah, I watched like 6 seasons. It's kind of like
so bored with it.
I don't know. It was just a little too cheesy, but it's expected to be cheesy. Something like that needs to be drawn and animated. You make that into an animated Japanese film, it'd be awesome. I just totally lost my mind. Oh, it just came to me. I guess I don't really have a good segue towards it. But that guy that got shot in the back that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
That's it? That's all you have to that's all your thoughts on it?
Well, I honestly I haven't seen the video.
What? I watched the dash cam and the guy's cell cam video. He gets shot in the back, but they struggle over a taser and he runs. It is interesting. I don't know what they expected the cop to do. Let him run?
Right, and that's
or chase him down.
I guess then you just start, teaching him to shoot him in the knees or something.
I don't know. That's not how cops shoot.
I know, right? It's a trained thing. It's center mass, pop, or pop or whatever. But you can't let him run. He's a fleeing suspect. He's already proven himself to be dangerous, from what you're telling me. And I think any cop does it. I just hate that we're getting to this point of, if someone does something, it's an issue, but if another person does the exact same thing in the exact same situation, it's not an issue. Like this whole bullshit with Indiana, right? With Restoration of Religious Freedom Act. Right. Yes. That sounds right.
It sounds official. Sounds like you said something. Yeah.
Which I don't know. You probably heard the uproar because everyone, their dog has an opinion. It was about, I guess, a week and a half ago when it came out.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Indiana passed the Restoration of Religious Freedom Act, which is a mere copy of the federal law that is already on the books.
Right.
That says that if it's I'm trying to think exactly how to say it, because a lot of people are saying it's just straight discrimination. It's not. It's if your burden for services is greater than the person providing the services, they cannot tell you no for religious reasons.
What does that mean in layman's terms?
So basically, and this is where it came out of, which is the big thing is a gay couple wanted this Christian pizza place to cater their wedding reception, and they told them no.
Those gay people are dicks.
They are dicks.
Yeah.
And so what it is it's a law that says you can't force someone to do it.
You shouldn't be able to.
Unless your damage is greater than theirs, basically saying. So if you go to a town, right, and there's one baker within X number of miles, to where it's
Okay,
very difficult for you to get another
right.
baker. That baker
Right.
can't tell you no.
Okay.
Gabriel Mailer, and I'll post the link to this, has a great thing about it. But he, it's just so stupid because there's 35 other states that have this thing, and it's never been an issue. I mean, I think it's stupid to refuse business of any kind, but especially for something like a wedding reception.
Show me the money.
Yeah, but for a wedding reception where you have hundreds of options, just go somewhere else. It's to say with the no, it falls under the same idea of no shoes, no shirt, no service. I mean, if you want to get down to it, they're just telling them no. And I believe anyone has the right to do anything with their property.
Oh yeah, that's why I said the gay people were being dicks.
Oh, absolutely.
That they're going to force that situation.
Right.
I should be able to tell you no, and you should just get over it. There's other places that will happily serve you, and you should let the economic free market system take care of that.
That's right.
And that Christian pizza can't be that good. And if it is, you may want to rethink your way of life. I don't. That was bullshit. I don't really care. You can be gay.
Why the hell are you getting pizza for your wedding reception?
Hey man, what's wrong with pizza?
I can see a rehearsal dinner, but the actual reception. I mean, come on.
Okay, I guess. Barbecue sounds fine with me. Pizza's an option.
Well, I mean, but come on. I mean, there's barbecue and then there's pizza. Right?
That's true. That's true. You got some Texas barbecue in you.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can serve barbecue anytime, any place. It's good for every occasion. Maybe, I mean, you got to be a little careful. Maybe not get too crazy with the sauces. But beyond that, it's good for every occasion because it can get pretty messy depending on which style of barbecue you're having.
That's true. That's true. But you can make certain barbecues that are even good to eat in a suit even. Like you can eat barbecue at a high-end dinner.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What's funny is for people not from Texas, especially not from Texas, but there's 3 distinct styles of barbecue just in Texas.
Sure.
And that doesn't include your Kansas City dry rub, your terrible South Carolina pulled pork, salt and vinegar bullshit that they call
That's
barbecue.
not barbecue though.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's not barbecue. I'm calling you out. You heard me.
It's terrible. It's so
you heard
bad.
Me. Jacob's dying.
I am. It's terrible.
It's getting late too.
It is.
Do you have a big thought this week?
Well, kind of. I was thinking about what do, especially being at, MLG Columbus.
Sure.
What do esports need to make the jump?
Commentating. I need a really good, clear, concise color guy and a really good, clear, concise play-by-play dude. And they need to be good personalities that I can really connect with and they can really explain and keep the game interesting. And when it gets all fucking crazy and it's just lights and missiles, they're explaining the important parts.
Okay.
That's what I really feel like. Because I feel like anytime that the commentating isn't up to par, or if there is no commentating, I won't watch it. Even if it's a great, great, epic game. Oh, thank God. What do you think it is?
Well, I'm thinking more specifically in terms of Dota, because that's really what I know. Part of it's storylines. So much of everything we consume in terms of sports media is the storylines. There's always storylines going into every game, every play, whatever.
I think that's a supplement. I think that's a secondary to.
But it draws people in.
I think it keeps them there. I think the commentating keeps them in.
It
draws
does.
them, the game itself draws them in. Like they're like, oh, what is this? So you start watching. The commentary is good enough that you're like, oh, I know what's going on. I'm interested. Who are these people? Storylines. But I'm never going to walk by and go, oh, what is the story about this guy? Oh, what is this game that he plays? You're not going to find a good enough storyline. Like, I don't care. There's better stories.
Right. Well, right. But I think, I'm just throwing it all out there. I'm not saying it's the end all be all.
I'm just arguing with you. So, fuck off.
Dota is coming to the X Games this year.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah, and so we were kind of talking about it on the We Like Dota Reddit, and I said, in all honesty, and even though I love to play poker, if ESPN can make poker entertaining to the masses, I just really want to see what they'll do for Dota.
That was the commentator, though, right?
It was a commentator. You could see the action, but so much that they built so much into coming to see what happened the next episode. It was sort of a reality thing in there.
Right.
The commentating does tend to be too high level. That's something I know for the international. They'll actually have a noobs broadcast, which is pretty good. But most people don't know or look for that. They just want to turn it on and watch.
Exactly.
The other thing that Dota needs, and specifically, I think, is majors. There's I think
4 majors.
4 majors, because there's something. I don't want to get this wrong, but I want to say there's like 40 Dota tournaments going on every day.
Right.
It's just too much. So you
it's
need
too
the
much
4 big
oversaturation.
ones.
Right.
And you're starting to see it a bit. You're starting to see certain tournaments move into the higher pay echelons. So I really think that's what Dota needs, is something that people can go, oh, look, Dota. Third, and probably most importantly, just straight up education. Because I was talking to some people yesterday about it, and I was like, I tried to watch Dota on Twitch before I really got into it, and I had no idea what was going on. The map made no sense.
Isn't that the commentators, though?
Well, that's some of it, but if you know what you're looking at, see, the problem is most of the commentators are commenting towards players. They're not.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
They need to commentate towards fans.
Right.
You need to explain it to me in a way where I'm like, oh, I know what's going on.
Right, but it's one of those
almost as soon as I sit down and start watching.
Right, but so many of our sports are so ingrained that they don't, even if you're watching football, they don't explain everything every time. They just say, "Oh, that's offsides." They don't explain to you what an offsides call is every time. It's just it's offsides.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
so
There's some of the vocabulary needs to soak into the lexicon, I guess, of
right.
human.
And I think that's one reason why MOBAs are doing really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's one map.
Right. Okay.
And if every sport we play as a populace, except for golf, is on one map.
It's an interesting observation.
Every basketball court.
Yeah. They're
baseball
exactly the same.
Well, I mean, baseball diamonds vary very little bit. The outfields aren't always the same size, but
that's true. But the infield is the same.
Infield is exactly the same. Football fields, 100 yards, 10 yards for end zones.
Right.
And so I think that's why I think MOBAs will eventually make a jump into mostly mainstream.
Interesting.
Maybe
really interesting.
I mean, they might be as mainstream as skateboarding is, which is still pretty mainstream, but it's not baseball. It's not football. It's not.
I think they could get there. I think by the time I'm like 40, they will be there. Give it another 10 years, and it'll be what I watch on Sundays. It won't be the Masters. It'll be the Dota World Championships.
But as long as the money keeps coming,
it should.
Hopefully, it will. And I saw something today. MLG's broadcast ad revenue went up 250% over last year.
That sounds okay.
They're doing. I don't know.
It seems like they're doing
Granted,
okay.
that could be from $2 to $4.50. I don't know, but
I have a feeling it's not.
I have a feeling it's not.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. Well, whew, that was fun. You about ready? You want to just make it a short one tonight?
That's fine.
Yeah.
You want to plug the website or the email and the Twitter? The website?
Yeah, we should do that. Email 42podcast, FORTY, the numeral 2, podcast @gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube, 42 Podcast, or on Twitter @42 Podcast.
Right.
We have a website. Pretty easy. We do have our website,
Yeah, 42.com.
42
Or
podcast.
42podcast.com, right?
Right. Yeah, so maybe not our best show, but it was worth the effort. We gave it the old college try.
I think it's more important to show up every week. Some of them will be gold, and then some of them will just be comforting to know that they're there.
Yeah, especially. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out to this very sick version of the 42 podcast.
Bye.
Bye.